Time was a pretty impressive day as we unlocked a bunch of permanent upgrades to our camp and learned about some more areas on the map. We're going to dive back in and see what we find today. So, we start the day with 2 gems and 20 extra steps, plus our allowance, which has gone up recently. I think it's like 13 or 15 coins now. We're on day 21. Lots of mysteries still to solve. Beyond that, we're just going to take whatever the game gives us. Whatever the mansion throws at us, we'll do our best to enjoy it. So 13 coins to start the day, 70 steps, and 4 gems. Wait, why is there 4? Shouldn't it be 2? All right, I'll take 4. Let's go see what we're going to plop down in the outer room today. Lots of options here. I'm not sure what we're going to pick, but let's see what the game gives us. All right, so trading post is pretty nice. Shrine is nice. Tomb is nice. Tomb can get us access to the underground, which at the moment we don't need unless we can draft the pump room. But if we draft the pump room, we can probably get down here through the fountain. Trading post is very nice for getting our hands on items we want, but this kind of goes back to the idea of trying to control things. I don't know. This is pretty handy, but we haven't had the shrine in a while. Come on, shelter. Why did you want the shelter? Welcome back to the channel, Gorilla Wolf. I think let's try the shrine. Let's dump all our coins in and see what kind of a blessing we get. So we put in everything, all 13. You receive the blessing of the monk. If you call it a day in a room in your house, you'll have the opportunity to draft that room from the grounds the following day. From the grounds. Okay, so the room we call it a day in, we could draft here. Very interesting. Okay. We should probably experiment with different values in the shrine. So far, I've given it all the coins I had both times. The first time, I think we got something like extra gems if you build a particular room or something like that. This time for 13 coins, I guess I should start keeping a record here. Shrine. 13 coins. Monk. Call it a day in a room. Draft it outside tomorrow. Right? What would be best in slot for the grounds? I don't think there is a particular best in slot. I think it depends on a number of different factors. All right, so we learned last time that the wings are more likely to have green rooms. Let's play with that. Let's try and fill in everything in the center and leave the wings totally empty for now. Hallway here is very nice. Let's plop that down. We also want to keep an eye out for chess pieces or chess diagrams now, something we weren't aware we wanted to look for before. Let's see. Storeroom's a dead end. Pantry gets us some coins. Bedroom's free traversal. So we'd be giving up this slot pretty much with any of these. So I guess we'll go storeroom to get the key. We'll get a dead end here. All right, anything chess related in here? Doesn't look like it. Wait, no, there's a pawn. Okay, so there's a pawn in this square right here. This might be relevant. So pawn in B1. That might be relevant. All right, let's go north. Nook or parlor here? We have 2 exits over here, so making our way left seems good. Let's go Nook to get the key. There are pawns and rooks in quite a few places. Okay, well, I'll keep track of them, and maybe we'll be able to figure something out. What I know is that I wasn't paying attention to them before. So, see, there's a castle. Rook is another name for castle, right? All right. Well, castle's in C2. There's a castle. Rook in the Nook. Maybe I should, yeah. Maybe I should keep track of the room names too. Okay. Rook in the Nook. All right, let's head west. So, okay. Drafting the nursery early would be really good for steps. I think I like that. And it gets rid of a dead end. It kind of locks us out of the west wing here unless we get a south exit here. The den does the same thing, so does the pantry. I think drafting the nursery early is a good call. Only room I've seen a board game is a checkers board in the bunk beds room. Gotcha. Okay. So we should get 5 steps for drafting it right now. Yep. Okay. Blue, yellow, red, purple. Not sure about that. There's a gem. Was the... It is here. Okay, the same thing is here. So that's that book. The book we found in the master bedroom is identical to the one in the nursery. There's a pawn right there. Okay. So where are we here? B2. Okay. I wonder if column, maybe it's like, because now this is just the first data point, but the storeroom and the nursery both had a pawn. I wonder if it's column tells you which piece and then something else tells you which rank. All right, so I want to leave the wings open for green rooms. But we're not going to have a choice, really. We're going to have to... okay. In order to continue the run, we're going to have to get north here, no matter what. So which way is more likely to... Yeah, like an across could work for a north exit. This would require a dog leg left, which is less likely. So let's start here. All right, we got the bedroom. Works. Commissary works. We have no money right now. I think we'll go bedroom. And this could be the end of the run right here. It could be a very bad day. Let's see. Yeah, that's the end of the run. We've locked ourselves out of any potential anything. So that sucks. I suppose it's possible we get the shovel here. Ivory dye. All of this stuff is great, but I have no exits on the grounds now. Yeah. All right, so if we call it a day, we can build... If we call it a day in one of these rooms, we can build it outside tomorrow, I guess. This is, I want to say, Clara, right? There's a pawn here. Any other chess pieces? All right, so we got a pawn in B5. Spare bedroom, I think? No, just bedroom. And it's not B5, it's A5. Was there any chess pieces in here? No. There was... I don't know about a room with a blackboard. If you're talking about a classroom, I don't think I saw a chessboard in there, but I might be misremembering. The one we actually saw with the chessboard was in the office. All right, so where do I want to call it a day? I guess I could still draft something out of the hallway here. All right, so corridor, chapel, or parlor. I guess we redraw this. Might as well. Den, billiard room, passageway. Yeah, none of this helps us. All right, let's go call it a day in the nursery, I think, and we'll try using that, maybe. Tomorrow. That was a bummer day. You've been tracking the chess pieces, huh? Okay. Humble bungalow. All right, let's try again. Day 22. So day 21 was a total bust. So if I've understood the blessing of the monk correctly, we should be able to draft the nursery out here, which gives us like a lot of step benefits. Some of the other rooms are probably better for this blessing, but that's since we had so little to go on. All right, now we're starting the day with 2. I must have had another benefit yesterday for the extra 2 gems. All right, so we have the blessing of the monk. We should be able to draft the nursery here, right? If I've understood this correctly. Yeah. Okay. So lots of steps today. There's the gem back. There's the pawn again. So it might not have to do with the grid square. It might have to do with the room. It probably does have to do with the room. No sketches because it's in an outer room today. All right. So we're going to have almost as many steps as we could possibly want this run. That's good. Let's get in here and start drafting. All right, we'll go corridor here. And let's see. I guess I go pantry. Grab the banana. The coins. Anything chess related in here? Doesn't look like it. All right. We would love an east and west here. If we can get that, that'd be great. So chapel works. Let's get the chapel built. That costs a coin to go through, so we'll come back to that later. Now we'll go back to the hall here. Den works very well. Yep, I like that. Grab a gem. Okay. We'd like to get both exits here, if possible. So, bedroom's a dead end. So's kitchen. So we're dead-ended here. Which means our only way up is through the foundation. So, I guess we go storeroom. And I should check the den here for... I could get food. This could let me put the morning room in. I don't know if I need that. I think we'll go storeroom here. Let me check around the den for chests. Yeah, there's a pawn in the den. Any other chest pieces? Maybe all you have to do is get rooms with one of these and then go down to the gear and place the piece on at least one of the rooms that has the item in it. That could work, right? Like if I have a layout that has all 6 pieces somewhere, and then I go down to the gear room and I put those pieces on the places that I have it drafted on that day, maybe that does something? Alan Wang, hello, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. So we have a pawn in the den. I don't think the grid location matters. I think only the room type matters. Could be wrong, but I don't think, yeah, I don't think somehow I don't think the grid square matters in terms of solving the puzzle. So we got a pawn in the storeroom, which we already have marked down. Okay, so now we got to go through the chapel, and if we don't get a north exit, the run is over again, which would be 2 days in a row where everything was just total trash, which would be disappointing, but at least we're not heavily invested right now. We're not that far in. So if it happens, it happens. All right, patio gets us an exit north. Spreads gems in each green room, but we don't have any green rooms. It's possible we get the shovel here, I guess. And there was something with the grill. You know what? Okay, so this doesn't really help us with gems because there's no green rooms to spread in. We could go parlor for gems. We could go nook for keys. Should I try to... If we want to build more green rooms, then anytime we get a green room on a wing, we have to build it. That's the other thing. We reduce the draw pool for the wings to see more and more green rooms. I think I will build this. It's not going to help us with gems, but there's other things we might get from building it. So, in the aquarium, when we drained all the power, let me see if I can go find it. Aquarium. Yeah, somewhere around here. Was it this one? See how there's this big X, this big white X under the grill? And this is the patio. 2 chairs to the left, 1 chair to the right, the propane tank, and then a big X. So the furniture in the aquarium is slightly different. I'm not sure what to do here. I can't click on any of the buttons. I can't do anything with the grill. Can't do anything with the propane tank. I'm not sure what that big X is. It's like... It's suggesting there's something important, but then I can't do anything. All right, well, we'll try and remember that and come back later. We have to get an exit either west or north here to continue the run. Let's see what we get. All right, nook for a key, bedroom for steps. We got the nursery, so we would get 5 steps from building this and take it out of the pool. The key, yeah, we've seen the nook and the rook. Key would be nice. Commissary, we have 22. So maybe we go commissary here. Need a shovel there, false concrete, not likely though. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. All right, any chess pieces in here? Doesn't look like it. We have sledgehammer. All right, I don't think I need the magnifying glass. I don't think I need the sleeping mask or the running shoes because I have the nursery belt. I guess we can buy the sledgehammer. Can shatter padlocks. I don't know if that... I don't know if there's anything else you can do with the sledgehammer. I know we can combine it somehow in the workshop, but that's all I know. For now. I don't know if there's anything else you can do with it. Alright, let's start by heading west here. Alright, closet's a dead end, bedroom's a dead end, gymnasium works. We lose 2 steps, but we get 2 exits. I'll take it. We're kind of okay for steps today. And we might be able to power this off later. Anything chest related? No. And there was nothing chest related in the foundation either. Now, why is that door red? Have I never noticed that before? What color is this door? Brown. I don't think I've ever noticed that. This door is red. This one's white. That one's red. That's kind of strange. I don't know if that means anything. Maybe I'm more likely to draft a red room here? Huh. Alright, bedroom and bedroom closet are dead ends, so I guess we'll go passageway here. It's hurting my gem count, though. I think we'll come back to this. Let's see if we can get some more gems heading north first. Alright, so archives gets us 3 exits, but puts us in a blackout position, which I'm really not fond of. Locksmith burns a gem for a key. Guest bedroom gets me steps and is a dead end. I don't know if I want to risk playing with archives here. I guess I'm going to go guest bedroom and hope we get a better choice here or here. All right, let's see if we got any items. We got the key card. That's a nice pickup. What else? Is there anything chest related in this room? There's a pawn in the guest bedroom right there. All right, pawn, guest bedroom. That's it, just the key card. All right. So now we'll go over to the foundation. I suppose I should... I don't think there... Yeah, I don't think there was any chest stuff down the elevator shaft. All right, we'll go north. Nook's a dead end. Bedroom is pretty decent here. Courtyard, I don't want to spend gems. Right now, I want to save up my gems, so we're going to go bedroom and get this out of the way. All right, and then we have the passageway here and the east wing here. Let's see. Anything chest related? Nothing chest in that cabinet. There's the pawn. Oh yeah, we already have that, right? Bedroom. No. We didn't have this one yet. So pawn in storeroom, nursery, spare bedroom, den, guest bedroom, bedroom. A lot of bedrooms have pawns here. All right, let's see what we get in this. Yeah, I'll use a key here. 4 items if we do this. Yeah, let's do this. Bedroom closet. Gets rid of a dead end and gives us 4 items. Let's see what we get. A dice, very nice. Then we have the sleeping mask for even more steps. The purse. A spare key. The sleeping mask. Alright. Nothing chest related in here. Now, I've already been in that room. So is it the first time you enter the room or the first time you enter the room with the sleeping mask? It's the first time you enter the room with the sleeping mask. We got the spare steps there. Okay. So now we go over to the passageway here. I'm still low on gems. I like if I get the chance to build some kind of cool green room like the secret garden or whatever, I need more gems. The sleeping mask, the key card, the coin purse, and the sledgehammer. So we'll go north from here and stick to the middle and avoid the wing if possible. We're going to pass through the gymnasium again, but we got almost 80 steps, so that's okay. Okay, security works. It does cost a gem, though. But this would... So... Lose half your steps from the weight room? Could work. We have so many steps that we'd still have, what, 37? And then... So we're giving up 37 steps to build this, but it's only the one time. It's a lot, but we have the nursery built and we have the sleeping mask. So I think this is okay. It's a gamble. We might run out of steps now, but I want the exits for sure. Anything chest related in this room? Unlikely, right? Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, it does have power, though, in all 4 directions. Let's make a note of that. Power. Gymnasium. 4-sided. Or north, south, east, west. All right, so we have exits into the west wing here and here. Let's go north first if we can. All right, so I don't think we need the dark room, although the exits are nice. Can't see floor plans while we're in there. Nook and kitchen go one direction. I don't want to spend a gem. We can go dark room, I think. There can be a broken lever in here. So if we find the breaker room, we can turn the power back on and come check it out and see if there's a broken handle in here. Hey, Pila, welcome back to the channel. Chrono Trigger might be getting a remake. Square sleeps on so many games. I don't know about particular FF games. I think Xenogears would probably benefit from... That's a PlayStation 1 game, or I think you're talking about. It's so old that almost nobody will play it now. It's got so many, like, outdated designs. Yeah, it needs a full remake if anybody's going to release it. Did you see there's, like, rumblings about Half-Life 3 again, by the way? And these ones seem to have at least a pinch of credibility. I mean, I won't believe it till it's installed on my computer, but... Possible? Yeah, let's go dark room here. And then we'll head inside and try to head east. So yeah, there can be a broken lever here, but we can't pick it up without light, I think. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you can pick it up even if you trigger the breaker. You just have to know it's there to look for it. It's always been over here somewhere. I don't think I see it here. I don't think it's here. All right, what about you? We'll build the one without a gem requirement because we're trying to get gems going. What is this? The parlor? Okay. Looks like no extra items today. Oh, nope. I spoke too soon. We get the magnifying glass. All right, so this will get us the gems we want, which is good. With 2 extra gems, we can start working on trying to... Now, we have 3 exits here. So we got a thing last time. This. So we have rich soil in rank 3. Do I have access to rank 3 here? Yeah, from the passageway. There's rich soil right here. So we should go there first to try and build. All right, the black box is black. That's true. The black box is true. We don't know. The black box is empty. So this has to be true. One of these has to be false. Black box is black. That's true. If this is true, the last one has to be false. And it can't. You can't be both true and false at the same time. So this, if this is true, this has to be false. Which means the black box is not empty. Okay. We're going to hold off on building north from here, and we're going to go back down to the passageway. Which means... yeah, okay. So we'd like a green room here. There's rich soil. So hopefully the richness of the soil increases the likelihood that we get a green room. Let's see. No, we didn't get it. We could redraw here. I don't know if that's the right play. Kitchen for food. We don't have a way to get power. I guess I could go down to the corridor here. All right, let's get the lab set up and start an experiment, and then we'll see if we can get power here. So either the boiler room or the electric aquarium, I guess. It's kind of a long walk back to the entrance hall, though. All right, well, whatever. So we gotta go through the gym and the foundation to the commissary, down to the patio, to the chapel, to the pantry. Yeah, we're burning through a lot of steps here. I don't know, maybe building the gym was wrong. So, library's good. Let's do the library. Is there anything chess related in here? Yeah, the gymnasium may have been the wrong call. We can request a book, though. All right. So we've read everything down here. I think we go with Marion's Swimbird. This was her... Was this her second? This was either the first or the second. So let's request that from the library. And then we'd love to put some power here next to the lab. I don't know if we get the choice or the chance. Hey, electric eel aquarium. Okay. Power source. Let's do it. That was lucky. I guess there could be... So probably the run is over after we find out what having power does for the lab. Because we don't have the steps left. Let me just check around for anything chess related here. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay. Game log upstairs. Yeah, I've seen the game log before. I know about it. Okay, so now, do I want to go in here? I don't think there's anything chest related unless... Where are my pictures of the aquarium when it's drained? Did any of these have a chest piece? I mean, if the accompanying room has a chest piece, maybe. I don't see anything. I don't think we need to go into the aquarium. There's no exits from it. Right now. Oh, I got some steps for building it because the aquarium counts as a room, right? So technically entering it would have gotten me more steps because of the sleeping mask. But now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's only worth 1 step. I should have gone in. I forgot that it counts as a bedroom. Well. From here, we want to go den, chapel, patio, or pantry, chapel, patio. All right. There's nothing chest related in here, right? I don't think so, unless you count the king. I guess you could count the king. It's not a chess piece, but it might count. Something like that. There's these statue guys here too. I don't know if those are decoration or if they're relevant. Huh. Okay, patio to commissary. And maybe I should buy something else here? What do we have? The running shoes for 8? I mean, we're pretty late in the run. I don't know what else I'm going to spend this money on. All right, we'll occasionally get a step for having these, I guess. Where are we going here? Across the gym. Yeah, straight shot to the lab now. The lab is now powered. So this is the first time we've had a powered lab. Should be interesting to see what changes in here. Okay. So the message for this was push 3 up after 9, right? Oh, this machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. Does the aquarium not count? Or maybe it's not on the right side. Yeah, it looks like it can only come from the east and the north. All right. So, laboratory needs boiler room from east or north. So which are doorways, right? Yeah, both of the power connections have doors near them. So the aquarium might not do what I was hoping here. Let's see. Push 3 up after 9. So if I push 9 up and then 3. Yeah, okay. I could play around with this a little bit more, but I don't think we're getting power from the boiler room. Okay. Yeah, that's not working. So sadly, well, if the aquarium acts as a power source, maybe it would have worked if it was north or east, if it was connected by a doorway. Maybe it still would have worked if I did that. Boiler can go south of lab. I don't understand why you would say that. Because it says it needs to be connected by these vents, and these vents only connect north and east. Also, if that's true, That's a little bit of a spoiler. You're telling me something that I haven't figured out on my own about how to solve the puzzle, so let's try and skip those, please. Part of the charm of the game is learning how things work, is starting to understand the systems. So I need to figure those out on my own. We can't smash this. A key, a coin, and a gem. So, like, if we could build the boiler room here, that might power all of this on. Seems unlikely we get the draw we want. Why are you calling when I'm streaming, Mom? If she calls back, I'll have to take it. So we're headed... So we have an exit from the parlor. Should I burn... Maybe I'll try to... I have 1 dice. And this run is kind of over with only 14 steps. So I'll try to see if I can get the boiler here. I mean, it's asking for a lot. Nook, West Wing, Hall, Garage. I don't need the garage for the keys. The run's basically over. Let's see if we can get the boiler here with this 1 dice. No dice. Okay. So none of this helps me. Just build the dead end. Is there anything that needs to be done to turn the power on in the aquarium? I don't think so. So we could go draft here. I mean, I guess I can check. I can go check the aquarium. You might be right. There might be some kind of requirement. So we gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's definitely the end of the run if we do that. But maybe, well, I guess we get like 5 for going in, but that's the end of the run. So okay, we'll give it a shot. We'll go check the aquarium, see if there's anything we have to do. If there is, we can't get back to the lab, which would be freaking awful, but we'd learn something, right? Oh, and I'm gonna lose 2 steps going through the gymnasium anyway. Wait, oh, I had the breaker room. I could have turned the gym off. Oh well, it's too late. Yeah, this is another burned run. We didn't really get anything or learn anything today, which is kind of a bummer. Except maybe a few chess piece locations. Okay. So we go into the aquarium, we get 5 steps. See, that's power now. That wasn't power. That was definitely was not there before. And see how it's lit up? Yeah. Okay, which way am I facing here? So power goes through the exits. Yeah, aquarium provides power out exit doors. Okay. That at least helps me understand. I think we now understand a little bit more about the power routing, is that it's always got to go through door connections for the rooms that support it. And we don't know too many. I haven't been paying attention, so I don't know too many rooms that support it. So, like, when I'm drafting, I won't really have a good idea of what's possible. We can end the day here. But if we do, then we can only draft the aquarium at the outside room, which I don't want to do. How many steps do I have? 8? So we can get to a particular room here and draft that room if we want. I never did an experiment. Could I get back to the lab? I could set up an experiment in the lab. I could get the utility closet, maybe. What would I want to build? Storeroom, den, chapel, commissary. Commissary could be a good one to open up with, because we start with like 13 coins, so we could get a tool or something here. Utility closet could be good. Laboratory could be solid to get an experiment started. We don't want the aquarium because then we can't connect it to anything. If we can't draft the laboratory inside, then we can't power it on the off chance that we see that combination again. Utility closet's pretty good. We can turn off the keys, turn off the gym, turn on the garage. Not that we need the garage. But if we get the dark room, we'd have to come back outside to use it after we trip the breaker. Ceiling shows power 3 ways, but lab is blocked off for some reason. Yeah, lab doesn't have an entrance. So power can exit through the door and enter through the door. So if the lab had a door here connecting to the door in the aquarium, if they were adjacent, then the power would flow. But because there's no door here, the power's not flowing. The power has to pass through a doorway, it seems. I could do the library to get the book. Yeah, that might be an interesting way to do it. So if we draft the library outside tomorrow, I can read that book right away and not worry about having to draft it again. We also discover less common floor plans while drafting the library, but maybe just getting the book to read is worth it. What else? Where else could I end the day? The storeroom, obviously, is an easy choice. We get guaranteed rewards from that. Yeah, I don't know that I see a better option than the library. It's really unfortunate, but that's what kind of game this is. Yeah. Yeah. I guess we can do one more run. All right, day 23. So we have our allowance, our 2 gems, and our extra 20 steps. All right. So we can go read Mom's other book. What was it? Swim Prince? No, not the Red Prince. The Swim Song or something? You know what else this would be good for is the mail room. Also, I like that this room is taller on the inside than it is on the outside. That's pretty funny. All right, so who checked this out? Wow, a lot of people checked this out. So Herbert Sinclair, Mrs. Peterson, Simon, Mrs. Peterson, N. Babbage, Detective Bon Margle, and Simon P. Jones. Mrs. Peterson, whoever she is, checked this out a lot. Oh, the little blue bird with the swimming suit, the old-timey swimming suit. That's the swimsuit. Okay, wait, there's author Marigold Marion title Swimbird. All right. Published in 1985 by Ruffington Red Publishing. I am a dare bird, a daring and brave bird. Diving so deep bird, a ride on a wave bird. There is not a dare I would not do. There is not a depth I would not dive to. However, my friends are not very open to the idea that I like the sky less than the ocean. Bird in the sky, not in the sea. That is what they say when looking at me. You are not seabird, you are not swimbird. If you are friend bird, fly in the wind bird. And shouldn't you always listen to friends? For they know me best, or so they pretend. So I dare not dive, and I dare not swim, and I dare not step foot in the ocean again. And I dare not smile, and I dare not laugh. For they will do it for me, and on my behalf. I dare not dream, and I dare not speak. For maybe my friends won't like the real me. And I will say goodbye to my dreams and the sea, and wonder why daring feels just like defeat. That's a pretty sad song, pretty sad children's book. It's pretty rough. One thing I'm curious about is whether the colors of the three birds here, again, this seems like an allegory or a metaphor. The little swimming bird wants to live his life a certain way, but all the other birds are telling him how to live his life. You're not allowed to live your life that way. You're not allowed to be that person. You have to be who we want you to be, right? And the colors, yellow, pink, and green, I'm not sure if those are emblematic of, because like we think red is the Red Guard is the current like quasi-dictatorship leadership of the country. I'm not sure if we're currently, I think in the current era, the empire got split up into 3 realms again. I don't see anything else that we would get from the magnifying glass either, so I'm not really sure what to make of this. Dare bird, the word dare is bolded every single time we see it, I think. All right. Well, we read it. Are the bird colors room colors? No, because, well, I guess it could be hallways, green rooms, and red rooms, I guess. All right. I'm not sure what to make of that. There's a 4th permanent edition available, apparently. We have the Westgate, the Gemstone Cavern, the Apple Orchard. Is there something with keys? We have another day on Blessing of the Monk. What else can we do? I guess at this point we just see what the game gives us. We still gotta find a bunch of chess pieces in various rooms, so we can work on that. Coat check. We don't have any items to check. I think we'll go corridor first. Chess. I don't see any chess pieces. All right. Pantry for coins. Bedroom. Locksmith. For sale. You know what? This could be interesting. I don't know if we want to go in there or not. I guess we do. Yeah, there's nothing chest related here. So what's actually for sale? Lockpick kit for 10 is pretty solid. You combine that with the metal detector and you get the advanced picking kit. Special key could be good. Let's try spending 8 on the special key for right now. See what we get. You got the prism key. If you unlock a door with the prism key in a green room, hallway, bedroom, red room, or shop, you will draw floor plans of that same color. Ooh, okay. That's kind of cool. Never seen that before. Huh. That's a cool one. All right. Let's go west now. 4 items in the walk-in closet as a dead end or spare bedroom or nook. This could have gems in it, so we might get our gem back for building this, and it's a dead end, so why not? Let's get rid of it. Yeah, it's definitely an OP key. All right, so first of all, we get our gem back, plus an extra. We get the salt shaker for food, and we get the lucky rabbit's foot nice and early in the run, so I like that. Anything chess related anywhere in here? Yeah, there's a black pawn. Huh. Ooh, maybe the white pawns are red herrings because we have not seen a lot of these. All right, so walk-in closet. Okay, maybe that's important. Maybe the color matters. No way to tell for now. All right. Den, parlor, hallway. Which do I want? There's gems in the parlor. There's one gem in the den. 2 exits, 1 exit, 2 exits. You know, if I don't go east here... this sucks. The only way... Yeah, so if I go west, then the only way into these chunks is through the foundation and getting a south exit here. But I don't think this makes sense either, because then we kind of are blocked off from the west. So I guess I'll go parlor here, or den. Do I want den? Den gives me another exit. So I think we go den first. We've already seen that there's the white pawn here. I think I already marked that down. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's go west. All right, spare bedroom gets us across. Storeroom is a dead end. Parlor is a dead end. I'd like to get over to the west wing here, so let's get the spare bedroom going. Definitely nothing chess related in here. And no item today. All right, so we'd love north and south exits. Let's see what we draft. Chapel gets us north and south exits, so we'll take it. Burns a coin to come through here, but that's okay. Okay, there's the bishop, which totally makes sense because it's the chapel. All right, so that's not the king from the stained glass. It's definitely the bishop. All right, let's head south first. This can be a dead end, happily. Servants' quarters. I don't think I've ever built this, so let's build something new. +1 key for each bedroom in your house. So we'll get 2 keys from this, I guess. There's the shovel. That's a nice pickup. I can go check the stones at the white trees now. 2 keys. Master bedroom, ladies' chamber, guest bedroom, nursery, bunk room, boudoir. I don't know if we want to take a screenshot of those rings. I don't think it matters. Hey, 2 dice. That's a nice pickup. All right, so servants' quarters, definitely. And then earlier in the week, we had like sent payment from the office. So what is this? A green memo. There are 12 major keys. Now, could this be Hartley's room? Because we have something that says green memos in Hartley's room are always false. We found that on a photo. So maybe this is false? Is this Hartley's room? Let's see. Yeah, okay, so this is Hartley's room. All right. Hartley. I know we spoke often of this day, and I don't think there's anything I can say of the past 40 years that I haven't already attempted to tell you in numerous times in the past. Half-stated gratitude always interrupted with tactful and polite repudiations from you. I had always known this final letter could give me the perfect opportunity to finally express myself uninterrupted by you and unfettered by social graces, but I don't feel the inclination to say aloud what has always been unsaid between us. With my passing, I release you from your post and service to the Sinclair family, and implore you to live the remainder of your years as your own person, on your own terms, rather, as scary and unfamiliar of a concept as that may be to you. Besides, I think a more junior valet would be better situated to meet the needs of young Master Simon. To that end, if you wish, you may stay on long enough to oversee the training and establishment of your successor in their post, but as soon as he or she has the lay of the land, my instructions for you to quit must be satisfied. Ignoring what I imagine your objections might be after reading this, I've decided to leave the lake house in Trinsdale to you and your family. My lawyers have all the details of the gift and will be contacting you shortly about the particulars. For the past 4 decades, you have served willingly as the subject and victim to my many whims, games, and riddles, and so rest assured, unlike my nephew, you will not be put to yet another challenge to prove yourself worthy in this matter. The house is yours without strings or stipulations. I had, for a time, gleefully entertained the notion of employing Anne as the house manager of your new residence, but I knew the humor of such a prank would be entirely lost on you, to say nothing of her. Until we meet again, my friend, Herbert. All right, so this is Hartley's room, and green memos in Hartley's room are always false. So this is false somehow. It might be because of the number. It has to be the number, right? So there's not 12. There's either more or less, which I don't know why that would be a valuable clue. I don't know why this would be helpful. It would be helpful to know that this is false. It eliminates one number from essentially from an infinite number, but let's say there's definitely no more than like 100 major keys, probably not more than 20, maybe not more than 10, but like how does that help me? I'm not sure. Okay, so our only exit right now is from the den, but we picked up the shovel. Also, anything chest related in here? No. All right. Back into the chapel to lose another coin. I guess we could leave from here and maybe make our way back over. So rather than burn another coin coming through here yet again, let's start with this. Nook for a key, bedroom for steps, commissary for items. I don't have the money right now. I already have 2 keys. I think we'll go bedroom to get it out of the way. There's a white pawn there. Doesn't appear to be any items today. All right, so we need to head west here, or east here, if we can. We can get extra items from the closet, or we could draft the nursery. I don't think we need the steps. Observatory has an exit but costs a gem. I think we go, it's rare to get these two adjoined, so let's get the extra items here. Imagine trying to set up a checkmate situation with rooms as chess pieces. Yeah, that'd be pretty rough, right? All right, so we grab the compass here. Plus another die. And a gem. And a sledgehammer. Okay, not bad, not bad. So we have the shovel and the sledgehammer. Okay. So we're not going to be able to avoid going through the chapel. I say we go, yeah, I say we go out to the grounds and find out what these stones are about. Let's see. What are we going to learn this time? You, come here. You dug up a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add conservatory to your drafting pool? Adjust the rarity of the floor plans in your house. Wow. Okay. So, like, I can adjust a bunch of common ones to be rare and a bunch of rare ones to be common so I get them more often? That's helpful. So like we could make the boiler room super common and have better chances of drafting it and using it to power on some of the rooms that require power. Yeah, let's add this for sure. Where did it go? I hit the yes key, right? Did you guys just watch me? Did I hit the yes key? Found floor plans. Conservatory, yeah, okay. This Baroque arboretum showcases and preserves the rarest specimens of every type and variety. Through selective propagation, the gardener here may influence which flora will be considered commonplace during the next season. What a terrible pun. Okay, that seems really powerful. So like boiler, not furnace, boiler room. Studio additions, found floor plans. Where's the boiler room? The boiler room is unusual. It's a rarity 3. So if we drag this down to common, we should see it much more often. And then some of the common rooms we don't want, like crummy dead end rooms that we don't care about that much. Let's see, like, what would be a dead end that I want to get rid of? Like I could make, if I wanted to get rid of the bedroom closet here, I could make it much less common, right? Or the red rooms. Like if I want to get rid of the red room, I can make it much more common. Or the lavatory. Same with the main, like all these red rooms we can make less common if we want. This is already rare. So rooms with one, like fewer exits we can make more rare, and rooms with more exits we can make more commonplace. Presumably, you can only do it once per time that you draft and enter the new room. What was it called? The conservatory? But we can start manipulating some stuff. Really interesting. Okay. So there's the conservatory. Glad we found that. Moving on. What are we doing now? Our only exit is from the den. So we have to get either east or north exits. We have the compass, so we should definitely get a north exit here. All right, so dead end. This is good. This gets us into the foundation. This costs gems, so I don't want to spend it. Let's go pantry and get into the foundation. That gives us 2 exits. And we're more likely to get rooms heading north today. Was there anything chest related in the kitchen? I think we looked. Or not the kitchen, the pantry. I think we looked and did not find anything. Yeah, okay. So let's head over to the foundation. I do have the shovel, so I can dig these up. Found some coin. I'll take it. Another coin, all right. All right, guest bedroom for steps, code check to check an item. What could we check? We have the prism key. I don't think you can check that, or maybe you can. But then you can only use it once. We could check the compass, sledgehammer, shovel, lucky rabbit's foot would be a good one to check. I think we're better off going courtyard here. We may get some dirt to dig and we have 2 exits from it. Old tin can. I wonder if the lucky rabbit's foot affects what you dig up too. Hey, look at that. We got a metal detector. Better chance of finding coins and keys. I like that. There's a coin. All right. That's it for diggables. Let's go here. So, storeroom, kitchen gets us over here. So does observatory. Gems are a bit of an issue here, but I like the idea of the observatory to increase our star count and get a benefit from it. This should put us at 19, I think. And then do we have any chess pieces in here? Oh, I probably need to check the courtyard for chess pieces as well. Yeah, look, there's a knight there. Is that white or black? I think that's meant to be white, but there's a knight in the observatory. It's the first knight we've seen. All right, today's constellations. Hey, very nice. I needed some gems. Got a key and 5 gems. Perfect. We just got 3 dice right now. All right, that's pretty solid. All right, so we have 2 exits, one from the foundation, one from the courtyard. We can put a dead end on this door. Hey, Urania, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. All right. We don't want the electric eel aquarium here. We have no way to route its power anywhere. We could get more steps if we draft the nursery at the cost of a gem now, or I could just build the dead-end guest bedroom here and get 10 steps. I think this is the better play. Rather than spending the gem on this, I don't think we're going to need all the steps we'll get from this. So I think we're better off putting the guest bedroom in. With the lucky rabbit's foot, yeah, we'll get some stuff. There's the magnifying glass. Not the best item, but something. Okay, we've already marked down that we have a white pawn here. So, all right, back we go. What else? What else? All right, we have 2 exits, so we can afford a dead end here if there's something good. Like the storeroom. Yeah, we'll take the storeroom here. We already have the white pawn marked. Storeroom, yep, okay. And here's our little swim bird. I don't know why he's here. Is there anything extra that we can see since we have just the chips and stuff? I can't like flip this over. There's nothing written on the back. I don't get what the point of this is. Like, what is this a clue? What is this supposed to be? Is it just a drawing? Why can I examine it? All right, back to the foundation. We have dice, so we shouldn't get locked into dead ends here. Even if we draw 3 dead ends, we can redraw. Do you play it like twice a day? Because in my side, I watched you this morning, now midnight here. Yeah. Yesterday, I did 3 streams. I was just like really into it yesterday. Normally, I only play once in the morning, but yesterday I was just like obsessing over this game. All right, Nook's a dead end. Dining room gets us an exit north. Kitchen gets us an exit west at the cost of a gem. Has food for sale. I think kitchen's okay here. Any chess pieces in here? Wait, did I see? I thought I saw the cursor change to a hand for a second there. I must have imagined it. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be... Oh! Coin on the ground. Doesn't seem to be a chess piece in this room. Not that I can see. All right, what's on the menu today? Anything we want to buy? So bacon and eggs gets us the morning pool. Beef stew pie. If we have a boiler, we can get extra steps from that. I don't need steps right now, so I don't think... I also don't have the salt shaker or the coupon book, so I don't think it's really worth... Well, I do have the salt shaker, actually. So, like, this would be 4 steps for 2 coins. I don't think so. I don't think we need it right now. All right, let's keep going west here. Dead end, and commissary. We have 11 coins, so we could buy something here. Or I could spend one of my dice to re-roll. Like, both of these are run-enders, so I don't want that. This only has 1 exit and costs me a gem. I only have 11 coins, and what am I going to buy anyway? I think I'd rather Like, if I save these to the end of the run, I'm likely to be, like, not have them all or paint myself into a corner where they don't help me. And we have the compass, so we're less likely to get south-facing stuff. I think I'm going to spend 1 here. Okay. Hallway's very nice. Bunk room's a dead end. Passageway doesn't help us and costs 2 gems. All right, we're going hallway. That was a good dice. That was a good dice. Oh, there's an item in here somehow. Where? Where can there be an item? What? Oh, look at that. That's crazy. Okay. All right. All right, let's keep heading west. What do we got here? All right, so parlor for gems, billiard room for keys. All 3 of them have me heading north. So items for sale, we're up to 12 coins. Maybe now we do build this. 2 keys could be helpful. 2 gems could be helpful. I have a bunch of items already, and I have the Lucky Rabbit's Foot, so I'm likely to find more. What am I gonna need more sooner? We don't have the security room, so we're not gonna be able to, or the breaker room, so we're not gonna be able to disable... Wait, did I pick up the electronic key card? No, that was the other run. So keys might be more helpful than gems in the long run. All right, so no spare items. Let's solve the puzzle here. Oh, look at this. Picked up a broken lever. That's a nice find. I didn't know that could spawn here. Anything chest related in here? No. I can't interact with the billiard table. Like, I can't use the cue or line up a shot or anything like that. All right. All right, so 5. 1 plus 16 is 17. Minus 13 is 4. Minus 2 is 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. Minus 2 is 3. Times 2 is 6. Times 3 is 18. No, I got it wrong. So 5. 1, 17, 4, 2, 2. 5. Minus 1 is 4. Minus 2 is 3. Times 2 is 6. Times 3 is 18, isn't it? Am I missing something here? Wasn't pink multiplication? 5. 1, 17. Yeah, 2. Am I missing a color? 5. Minus 2 is 3. Minus 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is... Oh, 2 times 2 is 4. Times 3 is 12. Okay. And then 20 minus 6 gets you 14. Times 2 divided by 7 will be 4. Oh, we got the key to the secret garden again. I would love to get this built. If we could. That's got to be built on the wings. We've never drafted that card, not even once. Maybe if we get a green room with a locked exit, we can use that key to draft the secret garden. Maybe that's how you do it. All right, this is our only exit. No, we have one from the hallway. Laboratory works for me. And then we might get the boiler room here. Unlikely, but... That's the only way to connect it, is if it's on the left here. We either get the boiler room or we get like a garden thing here. I don't think we want the utility closet or the nook, so let's spend a gem to get the laboratory up and running. Anything chest related in here? Apparently there's an item in here, which is great. Coin on the ground, nice. All right, anything chest related? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't see anything. All right, let's set up an experiment for the day. All right, what do we want? Oh, let's gain stars for drafting rooms. Sure, why not? Okay, so we want a green room or a boiler room here. Or better exits than we have. I think this is worth a dice here. There's a gem in the boudoir, but what, I mean... it doesn't really do much for me. Let's see if we can either get power or a green room. Don't know how to solve this. This doesn't help me. I guess... so we have an option here. Either I take this and try to get green rooms here, or we roll again and hope we draw the boiler room, but the boiler room we already saw is rare. So until we adjust it to be common, I don't think spending dice on it is a good call. This helps. We get free drafting here, so we're more likely to get green rooms that we want, I guess. Let's go drawing room here. Aside from queen, which other chess pieces do you have clue right now? I have seen a white pawn, a black pawn, a white castle, a white bishop, and a white knight. So we haven't seen the king or the queen, to the best of my knowledge. I might have missed it. I'm not super observant all the time. All right, looks like we got an item in here somewhere. Boy, I definitely will have missed those numerous times. Those little coins on the ground in odd places next to chairs and pedestals and stuff. I've definitely missed those like a bunch of times. I have no doubt. All right, anything chess related? We still don't know how to solve the puzzle in here at all. Except we had a guess that maybe it has something to do with Herbert. But if it has nothing to do with the paintings, then I'm very confused what the paintings are all about. How would these paintings indicate a date? He died on the 5th of November, I think. 11:05. Yeah, that's not it. I really don't understand. Like, I've been struggling with this room from like day one. We drafted it and I tried to solve the puzzle and I haven't been able to get it. We found the clue here right away and we're able to go expose the safe, but then figuring out how to solve it, I have no idea. All right, we have one more exit from the hallway. We've got opportunities to draft here. This door is locked. I could use an ordinary key here. This is an ordinary room, so if we use the special key... no, we don't want to use the special key. Yeah, we want a green room, but we want a green room heading north is what we want. Let's redraw. Dining room is solid. Let's see what we can do over here. Let's use a regular key. Solarium is good. Solarium's a green room, and we're more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms, so we might get the secret garden that way. Rumpus room, we could get our fortune told again. Nook just gets us a key, which I don't need. I think maybe we go Solarium here. Looks like there's no items today. There is a black pawn here, however. That's the second black pawn we've seen. Solarium. Oh, we can dig. All right. Gems? Coins. Okay. Remind me what this was about? Reminding Mr. Nogula how the cloister works. Okay. So rather than do this, I think we go back to the hallway now. Yeah, and try to head east and maybe build the secret garden on the east wing. We can try anyway. Yes, I had the shovel this run. I actually went and opened up the, I got the, what is it called? The conservatory. I found the conservatory amongst the stones and the white trees. So that's new. This is a hallway. If I use my prismatic key, I get another hallway. I don't think I want to do that. All right. Commissary and planetarium are both bad news. So is dark room. I guess I use my last redraw here. See if we get something better. I can't. Breaker box doesn't help me. Gymnasium isn't great. Counts as 2 bedrooms. We don't have the nursery or the sleeping mask, so this doesn't do much. There's food in here sometimes, though. And occasionally a coin, a key, or a gem. I needed an east exit, and I'm not getting one. We need to get over to the east wing if we're going to have a chance at building the secret garden. All right, of these choices, we don't have the security room. We don't need the garage. We haven't built the gymnasium yet. And we don't have the dark room. So the utility closet doesn't do much for us. Gymnasium just gets us 1 exit north, which is not super valuable. Bunk room might have items in it. So we'll go bunk room and get the dead end out of the way. Okay, the gems are a nice pickup for sure. There's 2 black pawns right here. Two black pawns right there. Anything else chess related in this room? Got some trophies. Yeah, not a lot today. Okay. So bunk room. Okay. Where are we going to now? Back to the dining room? Okay, we could try to get to rank 8 and get breakfast, or dinner rather. We could try to confirm this gates in rank 6, room 2, or get up to rank 9 maybe. So this room should be an A off the dining room. Yeah, let's go back to the dining room for now. We have the compass, right? Yeah, so maybe we just go a straight shot north and finally pick up this first letter at rank 9. We've got 2 keys left, so maybe we can make this work. Oh. Hello. Ah, the car keys. Not helpful, but okay, we found them. Yeah, we're getting a little low on keys now. All right, what do we have here? Oh, these are both... This is all kind of crappy. I guess music room has keys in it. Costs us 2 gems. We should get a star for this. Yeah, 19 to 20. You can see it right there. All right. Ooh, that's a nice pickup too. The electronic key card. If we find some security doors, we haven't found any yet, so that would be good. Okay, so that's the type of key we picked up. I'll live with it. So yeah, all right. We could go back to the dining room and see this. Confirm that that's an A. What is this going to do? All right, we could draft the pool here and maybe get access to the pump room. The locker room has a bunch of keys in it too. And this has 2 exits, so... This has a bunch of money in it if we lower it, but we have to get the pump room first. Alright, let's go pool. This should be... We already have the M here. It's interesting that this is a different colored door here. Wait. Oh, I fell into the pool. Yeah, sometimes the doors have different colors. I'm not sure what it means. Alright, we'd love an east exit here, if we can get one. Boudoir gets us there, and we get a gem. Sauna, we don't need the steps right now. Office costs us 2 gems that we can't really afford and spreads coin we don't need. Gives us a computer terminal we don't need. So we're going to go boudoir. Looks like we've got an item in here. Yeah, there's a little coin on the floor there. And then we have the gem in the safe. Okay. Puts us at 4 gems. All right, so heading east, hopefully. Man, we're burning through all the... So if I use the special key, the prism key, I can get another bedroom. I don't think I want that. I have 2 special keys, the secret garden key and the prism key. This would get me another bedroom. Let me just double check here. If I look at bedrooms, what have we drafted? We have drafted the boudoir, the bunk room, the bedroom, the servants' quarters, the guest bedroom. So we could pull the nursery, the master bedroom, her ladyship's chambers. Yeah. Anything we draft is going to be a dead end if we draft with the special key here. So I got to use my last regular key and hope we find some more. Or get some security doors or something. All right, so foyer helps us out. Study, we get to add something, I think. Or no, that's something else. The drafting studio I'm thinking of. This lets me spend gems to redraw, but I don't have a lot of gems right now. I think the foyer is the way to go. And then we can, if this is locked, we can use the special key to fish for the grand hallway, which would be perfect in that location. Experiment successful again. We got another star from that. We've seen these guys' faces a bunch of times. Let's see. What is this? This is rank 6. Did I forget to check the boudoir for... All right. Can I see it from the corner here? This definitely should be an A. You know what? I'm not burning a step on that. We're not going to double back for that. All right. If you're locked, you're not locked. Okay. Parlor gets us south. I think I'll take that. And get 2 more gems as well. What we really need right now are keys, but we'll take whatever we can get. Coin purse is a little late in the day for this, but it's something. All right, puzzle time. The other two boxes are true. That cannot be true, because if the other two boxes are true, this has to be false. So this cannot be true. This has to be false. If that's false, one of these must be true. That's false, and that's false. So this has to be true. The other two boxes are empty. Every time you pull it, there will be a gem in the safe. Yes, it's a way. It's like a tiny little bit of meta progression. Once you learn the safe combination, you can get the gem in that room every time. All right, does Nook get me there? No, Dark Room does. I don't have a choice here. I gotta go Dark Room, which means we're drafting blind here, but so what? We'll roll the dice and see what happens. I probably don't want to spend gems. I don't know what this is likely to be, but I don't want to spend gems on something that I don't know what it is. Or do I? I mean, a more expensive room is likely... I don't know if it's likely to have more exits or not. I hate the Dark Room. I think I'd rather save gems for when I know what I'm spending them on, so we'll build this and see what we get. Ah, shoot. The furnace. More likely to draw red rooms while drafting. That's not great. Okay, back to the pool. That's our only exit right now. I suppose I should go in here and have a look around real quick. Yeah, there's this. I could get a key here, maybe? Nice. That's actually clutch. I super needed that. No drawings. The furnace, it looks like, can be powered. It doesn't provide power, but it can accept power for some reason. If the furnace is powered, then what? Not sure. All right, running low on steps, getting towards the end of the run. Not sure if we're going to get anything done today. I really wanted to try to build the secret garden if I could, because we got the key, but it's not really happening. Cloister of Draxus. So if we build this, we get 12 dice, and I don't have a single other exit. So it's totally useless here. I would have liked to have built this for the first time, but we can't. Pump room. Control water flow throughout the estate. That's interesting. Does give us an exit east. Okay, so we could do a couple things here. So the trick is going to be whether we have enough steps to get outside and use them. So let's say I build this. I go 1 in here, and then 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to get outside and go down the fountain. So if we empty the fountain, we can see what's on the fountain side and have like 2 or 3 steps left over. And I can try to lower the... All right, this is going to be how we end the run then. And we can't really afford to make any mistakes. Oh, I can go to the dining room and get dinner. Okay, all right. That's actually hugely helpful. And I think, was it the boiler or the furnace we needed for more food from the dining room? All right, well, regardless. All right. So, let's see what we get in here. Oh, that's a nice set of pickups. A key, a gem, some coins. Okay, we've used this. We kind of understand how it works, but it's not easy. All right, we need to fill the aquarium. Oh, this is still in the state we left it in. That's fascinating. So if we had the tomb and could get underground that way, I would try to lower the reservoir by like 2 and see how that works. But I think our best bet is going to be to drain the fountain. Because I don't think we have another way to get there. All right, so we can drain the fountain into tanks 1 and 2 to start. This tank is full. This tank is not. So let's set it to... Let's start like this. We'll go to fountain. And we want to send the water over there. Good. So let's drain a couple units out of the fountain. Okay. Now we need to stick all that water somewhere else. So we'll try to put whatever we can in the pool and the aquarium to start. So aquarium, that's pipe number 3. Pump 1 could go to 5 or tank 1. Can I drain the greenhouse directly to the aquarium? No, I have to have the button on. I got to go through the tanks. So we empty tank 1 into the aquarium. Oh, somebody just rang my doorbell. Hold on. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. I forget I had a pickup today, and I had to give a package to a guy. Okay. So we're gonna go back to draining the fountain now. Oh, that's kind of convenient. I could just swap it over by hitting the button. So we can drain 2 more units out of the fountain. Okay, let's turn these back to their default state. And then figure out what our next move is. So tank 1 is full. We can't drain any more into tank 1 because it has nowhere else to put it. So we got to put stuff into the pool. Which I think is tank 2. No, the pool is tank 1 as well, but it's a different pump. Okay. So we want to fill the pool from tank 1. No? What did I get wrong? We want to fill the pool. Pool is 6. Button is hit. Oh, it's the other direction. There we go. Okay. Then we drain the last 4 units out of the fountain from pump 2. That should do it. No, there's still one unit left. What does that mean? Also, these are slightly different colors. Oh, there's a I can put a unit into the kitchen. Okay. So if I'm doing kitchen, we're going from number 4. So number 4 out of tank 2. Okay. Then we need to... Hang on. We need to reset everything and be careful here. So we're going to want to fill tank 2 from somewhere that we can then put a unit from tank 1. So I think that's... Yeah. We can... Wait, what am I trying to do? To get the last unit out of the pool, I need to fill a unit from tank 1 into something else. No, wait, what? No, I need to pull into this to empty space somewhere that both of these can go into. Right. So I think that's the reservoir they can both go into. Oh no, the fountain. I can just pull directly from the fountain. Okay. All right, the fountain should be empty now. All right. This is interesting. This is interesting. So we do have an exit here. And do I have this? We think this is supposed to be an O. Are there sketches in here? No, no sketches in the pump room. Okay, so we can't verify that. Do I want to build this? I want to try and build a secret garden, so we're not getting into the antechamber today, even though I have the broken lever. So we want to get across to the east if possible. I don't know if I need a key. I have 1 key left. We might need it under the fountain. So I'm going to hold off on that for now. We've only got 17 steps, but we can go get dinner for 20 more. Do I want to draft this now? If I go outside, I'm probably not coming back. So maybe we will. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Locker room gets me keys. Spreads keys throughout the house. We're about to do some backtracking, so we might pick some up that way. What else? Laundry room, gymnasium, or step killers. Run enders. We can build the locker room here. And I think we can afford to make our way over here. All right, so study doesn't help us. Weight room takes half our steps, which I don't like. This becomes a power source. So if we build something either north or south of here that uses power, I guess that could be good. Plus it counts as every room, which doesn't do much for us. Does let us get up to this room and get the maybe get the clue there. All right, let's go electric eel aquarium. What do we have here? House and hose. So this square should be a U, which we already had. Yeah, we already have this whole rank. The only thing we don't have is rank 9. Let's see. We can dig this up. Maybe we get a key. Rather dirty coin. So wait a minute. What happens if I use the prism key in this room? I can build anything I want? Huh. I've never built the vault. Neither of these uses power, and I don't have a way to re-roll. So since I've never built the vault, this will eat up the last of my gems, which is risky, but it's giving me this little indication of power too. The little heat waver. I don't know if that's coming through on YouTube or not. Yeah, let's build the vault. I've never built it. We're near the end of the run. Let's see what this does. Got another star for that. Wow. That's a lot of gold. Huh. Sunday, November 29th. So it's telling us what today's date is. What else have we got here? I can't see either of those pieces of whatever. A rank 9 vault, right? Pretty cool. A secure on-site depository filled with steel walls and numbered lockers. Oh, this is where I would need the locker key that we found. It's like 149 or something. This fortified strongroom holds a good portion of the Sinclair fortune, despite the fact that several inventories have led accountants to assume the true legacy is hidden elsewhere. All right, let's take a look at this. So we've got a rook here. So that's important to note for chess. Vault has a rook in it. We've got, I think that's wheat or grain or plant or something, and then flame, match, fire. What are these going to be? Wheat. Is that a fern or a grain? Flame. Fire. It's not fur. I'm not sure about this one. Kindle. What else could this be? Match, fire, flame. Light? What could that be? Corn, rice, some sort of wheat or grain or barley, oat. 5? 5 and... It's a good guess, but 5 and fire doesn't work. The way these have to be is that one of the words contains all the letters of the other word plus 1. So like fur and fire would work because fire contains F-I-R plus E. Match, mock, match, math, match, atch. That could be 5. Yeah, that's tricky. I'm not sure. We wanted to get into number 149, I believe, but we don't have the keys this time. We got a big old Osiris statue in the vault. And then this infinite number of security deposit boxes. Grain and rain would work, but this doesn't represent rain. Fire. 5. Hold. She's like the hand is holding it. I don't know what this is. Like wheat. What? Wheat heat? Wheat and heat is close, but still doesn't work. Heat and Heath? I don't know about those two. I guess I'll take this screenshot. So... Where are we on the map? We're at rank 9, room 4. Rank 9, room 4. Grain or wheat plus match or flame? I'm not sure I can figure that one out right now. I'll think about it. All right, that's it for the vault. At least we've built it. Let's go south from the aquarium here. We got the breaker box. Gymnasium lets us leave. Commissary does not. We can still get to the dining room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we've got 13 steps. So we can afford to take a little bit of a... Well, but the gymnasium takes 2 steps. I've got 77, so we could... So the problem is if I build the commissary here, then the run, it can't continue. Whereas if I build the gymnasium, it can. We went to a lot of effort to get the fountain drained. So let's say I build this, right? 1 to enter, -2, so that puts me at 10. 9 to see whatever's in this room. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We can get to the dining... If we build one more room here, let's double check. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We could build this room. We could build a gymnasium and one more room. No, because when I enter back into the gymnasium, I lose another 2 steps. So what I can do is build this now, then go see the fountain. Is there a reason to build either of these? I might be better off building the commissary. It means we won't get the secret garden this run. We could build one more room here, and I might be able to buy something useful. But then 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We could still eat dinner. And we could get 2 more rooms. Plus I've got 77 coins, so we might as well. Oh, I don't have the gem. I don't have the gem. Breaker box would let us turn off the gymnasium, but we don't have the gymnasium. I guess I build this and then go see the fountain and see what happens. There's a possibility we come back here. I sort of doubt it, though. This doesn't buy me anything. I can't afford this because I don't have the gem. All right, we'll build this, but we will not enter. So we're gonna go locker room, pump room, pool, music room, dining room. This got filled to the brim now. Oh, there's a bunch more money down there too if I drained this. We could probably get over 100 coins. All right, music room to dining room, eat. I never got to use the prism key. This will give us 30 steps. Is that enough? No, I don't have the boiler room. I have the... I don't have the boiler room. I have the, that got spread, I think, by the locker room. So now I have 23 steps, right? So I can go 1, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting out of the building to the fountain if I backtrack now. So I've got to just leave. So what's my fastest route? It's through the drawing room. Okay, drawing room, laboratory, billiard room, hallway, kitchen. Oh, I might be able to buy... Yeah, I can probably buy some food in the kitchen. That'll help me out. Yeah, let's go to the kitchen. That'll help. So drawing room, lab, billiard room, hallway, kitchen. Okay. That's actually... There might be a little bit more to this run than I thought with the kitchen. I forgot about it. Yeah, garage would be nice, but we don't have access to it or an exit for a place to build it. All right, through the lab. We have no gems. I never got to use the prism key, so I guess I'm hoping if we manage to get back here or get or something, I can use it. All right, billiard room, hallway, kitchen. Buy all the food. Plus we have the salt shaker, so this might actually help us out a lot here. Yep, bacon and eggs, club sandwich, all the bananas. Oh, that's actually really solid. Yeah, there we go. And barely dented our coins to get 71 steps. So now I feel like maybe I should... Well, we're only a few steps from seeing what the... We're like 8 steps to get back here. Let's go see the fountain. Also, we filled the kitchen full. Why do I need water here? What is the deal with that? I don't know why you can flood the kitchen. It doesn't make sense. All right, foundation, turn right to the pantry. Okay, all those coins in the kitchen really, really fix things. There's a key. Love that. There's more backtracking to do. There's more keys and coins around here because we built the locker room. We got 2 keys. No gems, though. All right, let's go see what happens now that we've drained the fountain. I'm very curious. Yeah, part of it's opened up so we can get in here. Okay, all right. Something's changed. Very nice. Look at this. We're in the well now. This goes down a ways. All right. There's a grate there. Okay, so that's how everything drains out. Oh, what are you? The basement door is locked. So this is where we use the basement door. So you need to get into the antechamber and build the pump room and drain the thing, or no, there was another door like this under the foundation. Well, all right, I learned something at least. So we only have the 1 exit left. Might as well try to use it, I guess. I did pick up a broken lever, but we never got a chance to build... Man, I would love to get the workshop and combine some of these into something, just to see what we can do. But I never got my hands on... I never got the secret garden to use that. I have no way to use the broken lever. There's no way to get into the antechamber. So now we got to go all the way back through the house. How do I want to do this? Did I never went to the locksmith, did I? No, I did. That's where I bought... Didn't I buy the prism key from there? Yeah, I did. I could buy more keys there. You know what? I've got insane amounts of gold. Let's buy more keys before we go back into the house. We'll take the lockpick kit. We'll take these 3 keys. Oh, we got 11 keys and no gold. All right. I didn't realize that was a multiple buy. All right. Well, we got keys for days. So we go den, pantry, foundation. Yep. Okay. I probably, with the lockpick kit, I probably didn't need to spend all that money on keys, but I didn't realize it was a multiple buy situation. So now we're out of coins again. We could go, you know what we could do? We could go to we could go drain the pool and get all the money out of that if we need it, but I don't think we do. We're basically at the end of the run. Billiard room to lab. To drawing room, to dining room. Music room, pool. And which way do I want to go here? Yeah, I go north to the pump room. Okay. Like I said, if we really wanted to, we could drain the pool. and get all the coins at the bottom, but it's a lot of work for... I don't think there's a reason to do it. We can't get into the underground, so there's no point trying to drain the reservoir either. If I had the tomb, it might be worth doing. With 11 keys, we could crack these open. Yeah, we could crack these open and see if there's more secrets in here. There's some gems. That was worth doing. 11 keys? Can I use the lockpick on any of these? No. All right. You would think... Now, I've done either this chunk or this chunk. I can't remember. You would think the metal detector would tell you if there was stuff in here. But I guess, how would it know about gems? What is this? Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. Okay. That's new. More gold. I'm more interested in clues. I think I did this group. Let me try this group. How many keys have I got left? Not enough. Was this the one I opened? This is the one I opened. Okay, so I didn't do this group. How many keys do I want to save here? At least one, right? I mean, I guess now I could go back and buy more keys. Is that what I want to do? How many steps do I have? 46? Yeah, I could go all the way back to the locksmith and buy more keys. Sure, why not? Yeah. This will be my last trip. Lab to billiard room to hallway, kitchen, foundation, pantry. Kitchen, foundation, pantry, den, entrance hall, hallway, corridor rather. Keys? Okay, we can... It looks like I can now open every single locker in the locker room just to get everything out of there. So I think that's worth doing. Because the items inside are all well and good, but really what I want is the clues. And I want to have all of them to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay. It's another productive day, another good run. The first two runs were garbage, but this one worked out pretty well. We got pump room, locker room. All right, let's finish opening every single locker that's available. It would be nice if at least one of these lockers had a key in it, right? Well, at least we're getting more gems. And I guess technically I could go get even more keys now with the amount of coin that I'm spending or earning. Yeah, it's kind of astonishing. There's the running shoes. Okay. I wonder how much this room is affected by the lucky rabbit's foot. Here we go. Ah. This is different. Okay. I don't know whose worksheet this is. 60R? Oh, this is... Okay. So this is 7. 670R. 670 130 and then the R. I'm not sure what this is, but I think this is important. So like if we solved this, right? 2 plus 5 is 7. There would be a 7 here. And then well, what's the 7th letter of the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. G would be 7. So 6, gore? That doesn't work. And then 4 plus 9 is 13. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. M? 6 gore mo? 6, 7, or... $130? Huh. Well, that's something. Yeah, I'm like, this has been the rich run for sure. We just got an insane amount of coins. All right, that's every single locker door opened. Kind of astonishing. We couldn't have done it without the locksmith, but we've now seen everything the locker room has to offer and earned a lot of favor from it. Okay, so we got 1 exit left over here at the gymnasium and potentially 3 rooms to draft if we get lucky. Let's see what we get. This is a red room, right? So I don't really want to use my special key here. I guess I could use the secret garden key. Oh, it worked! It worked, baby! And we got 2... Okay, yes. Spread fruit throughout the house. Oh my gosh. This worked! So because the locked door opened up onto the wing, we were able to use the secret garden key and get this room built. Fantastic. A floor plan so secretive it had been removed from the drafting pool to avoid anyone unwanted accidentally stumbling upon it. This secluded garden, flanked by a variety of Morajai fruit trees, has served as a private retreat to at least 2 other generations of Sinclairs. Very nice. Thank you, Gorilla Wolf. Appreciate it. And thank you, Urania, as well. All right, so let's check out the secret garden. Boy, that's exciting to finally get that. We saw that key very early on. Rusty old nail. I mean, I don't need anything else. The run's over. I've already got 50 coins, 6 gems, and 3 keys. There's a turnip. All right. Like, I guess the only other thing I could ask for at this point would be to draw the freezer so we can check it out and freeze stuff for tomorrow, for the next day that we draft. I guess I'm looking for dirt first. We got a handle here. What else? Okay, that's it for dirt. Now, are these oranges? How many orange trees are there? 1? Well, no, that's apples. That's oranges. That's apples. That's oranges. Apples, oranges, apples, oranges. So there's 8 trees in here. 4 apples and 4 oranges. I don't know that that's a clue. It's not something I can screenshot, really. We got the 2 exits. These weird trellis things for vines that don't seem to be growing. Flower bed. What else? Wheelbarrow. Interestingly... Alright, we've got the swan symbol here. And then a couple arrows pointing north and south. And then an east-west. Let me take some screenshots of this from a couple angles. Not sure about that. And then we've got this moon altar thing here. This looks a lot like the pendant and the door. We saw a door with this on it. We don't have the pendant to stick in that little circle, but I assume if we had it, we could plop it in there and something would happen here. All right, let's turn on the fountain and see what that does. Okay. There's two... All right, so there's two handles. One rotates north and south. One rotates north and or east and west, I guess. So wait a minute. Which way am I facing right now? Oh, I'm like, look at this. Look at where my position cursor is. It's outside. It's outside the house. Wait, if I go over here. Now I'm inside the house. If I go over here, I'm outside the house? That's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. The rune reminds me of the necklace. Yeah, it's definitely the grandma's necklace. She has the swan symbol. Yeah, we got wall hacks going on. All right. So east and west are wrong. Wait a minute, I don't think we've built it in the right configuration. I think this has to be, I think in order to make this work, this has to be built on the west wing. Because the indicators are wrong and the arrows are changing. Didn't we see something with directions somewhere? So west and east are reversed. And so are north and south at the moment. There's three things. There's three things here. There's three dealies. So what happens if we all point them the same way towards the moon? So everything's pointed west. Ooh. Oh. Wow, I'm lucky I figured that out by accident. There's another entry into the antechamber. Incredible. Incredible. And the lever on this one's not busted. So maybe okay, so we got two levers in the green rooms. That's really interesting. So I built this on the east wing and it opened the west entrance to the antechamber. When we pointed all three of those arrows west. What the heck, man? What the heck indeed? Well, that's a good piece of information. We've still got more to do. I got 2 exits left. I got some steps. I got keys. I got coins. I got all manner of delicious nonsense. This is probably the room to use our prism key on if one of these doors is locked. Where's the soil thing? The soil thing. So there's better soil north of us than south of us, I guess. Yeah, this is actually rich soil here. So completely by coincidence, we built the secret garden on rich soil. I don't know if that has an impact on whether or not all the stuff we saw works or not. But this is rich soil that we built on. If we go north, I can get another green room here if I use the prism key. I have the lockpick kit. I think I want to use the prism key and get another green room. Or do I? What would that buy me? Also, if I end my day here in the secret garden, I think I can build it out as the outer room tomorrow. I think we definitely want to do this, because that way we don't have to screw around with getting the key. We can just build it, and we can beeline for this door. Oh, man. What green rooms have we not drafted? What other green rooms do we have? The morning room to start tomorrow. The cloister to get dice. That doesn't help us. We've already built the secret garden. We don't need the greenhouse. We don't need the veranda. We don't need the terrace or the patio. So there's not a whole lot of benefit in using the prism key that way. Aside from the number of exits. Let's see what we can build here. Same deal. So we built the secret garden, the solarium, the courtyard. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try to build... Like the morning room would be good. This spread fruit throughout the house, so if we backtracked around, we would get, like, more steps. We already built that. Courtyard's sort of useless. Patio we don't need. Terrace I don't need. Yeah, so there's like there's one chance of a good room from this, which is the morning room, if we use it. But where else are we going to use it, right? There's only a couple rooms left, and both of these are adjoining a green room. So we could use it. We could use the prism key here, theoretically, in a different color room. But what would that buy us? All right, let's use it here. And hope we get the morning room. All right, so... Why is the special cost bypassed of the veranda? This doesn't do anything for me. This might get a gem in here. This is sort of pointless. I guess we go patio. I don't think there's a reason to go in there. And then theoretically it should have spread a gem in here somewhere. Although where that would be, I have no idea. I wonder if it can spread in a room while you're standing in it. But it should have spread a gem in here somewhere. Maybe not? Nope, there it is. Alright, so that sort of worked as intended. Alright, we're very near the end of the run. There's very little left to do. We'd love to see maybe what this... Yeah, if we can get across to this, we can maybe get a clue about the letter for the message here. And then we definitely want to end the day in the secret garden. So let's see what we get. Let's use the lockpick kit. Might as well. All right. The showroom. That's interesting. I might have enough to buy something here. Wait. Moon pendant. If you call it a day while wearing the moon pendant, you will start tomorrow with 2 of the items in your inventory. Okay. Master key. Opens all normal doors. Chronograph. While drafting, you may rewind time after drawing new floor plans. You're more likely to draw tomorrow rooms while drafting. Are these permanent additions or what? Is this just an item you can carry? You may rewind time after drawing new floor plans. All right, or ornate compass. While drafting, you may rotate the first 3 floor plans you draw. A lot of these are fantastic, and I can afford 3 of them, but it seems like the moon pendant is the one to go with. And I guess the chronograph just to try it, because what else are we going to spend these coins on? Let's get the moon pendant. I wonder if it does anything else. And let's grab the chronograph, I think, as well. Huh. Some interesting stuff there. All right, this is the last room in the house. Let's hope we get something good. I guess we can maybe rewind with the chronograph if it does. If it doesn't, I don't know how this works. All right. Start the day tomorrow with 20 extra steps. Adjust the rarity of the floor plans in your house. Yeah, let's do this. Hey, D2Ta, welcome back. Yeah, today got off to a rough start. I had 2 days that ended very quickly. So like 20-minute runs for days 21 and 22. But day 23 turned out to be another amazing day. All right, so here's our first time in the conservatory. This Barrique Arboretum, yeah, we've read that. Okay. So we'll look around. There's some stuff we want to find. Chess pieces, drawings, if possible. There's a turnip. More steps that I don't need as we're done. There's the black rook. So we found a black pawn and a black castle so far. This is called the conservatory, right? Yeah, all right. Drafting locations. West wing only. Garage, West wing hall, her ladyship's chamber from south-facing doors. Okay, I knew about the garage in the West wing hall. I didn't know about this, and it says from south-facing doors. So I have to build this south from the West wing. East wing only, East wing hall, master bedroom. Other special cases. Conservatory, only draftable in a corner. And bookshop, only draftable from library. That's really strong information. I'm really glad to have that. I kind of need to memorize that somehow. All right, so there's no sketches in here, which means we can't get the room clue. Or the letter for the room. All right, floor plan conservation. We have a choice here. In the conservatory, you'll be able to permanently adjust the rarity and rates that determine how often certain floor plans are drawn. Permanent changes do not reset each day. Okay. You may adjust the rarities of the above floor plans. So boiler room. Unusual is a term that is reserved for the floor plans that are encountered on occasion, the infrequency of which may contribute to their apparent prestige. I mean, I think we know we want this to be standard or commonplace. So commonplace, we'll see it a lot, and we'll get to mess around with it for a while. So I can't make it... Oh, I can make it rare if I want to. So there's a bunch of stuff we want to do with the boiler room, so for now I'm going to make it commonplace. Weeds of the drafting pool, for their overabundance prevents other less common rooms from flourishing on the estate. I think this is fine. Okay, so we've made the boiler room commonplace. Wine cellar is a dead end. It's unusual. Solarium is standard. I don't know if I want to change these. I think we're going to leave these alone for now. So we've made the boiler room commonplace. I think that's fine. I think that's good enough. Okay, so the run is over. I can't do anything else, but I do have the blessing of the monk. So I want to finish the day in the secret garden, because that should mean that tomorrow I can build the secret garden in the outer room. I don't know how that would work. That would be pretty weird, because the outer room like goes inside. I'm very curious to see how this plays out when I build the secret garden tomorrow. But if we get this again and it works, we can just open up the left antechamber door and have it open. Plus, I'm going to get to keep 2 of these items, so maybe I get lucky and keep the broken lever, the broken lever from the Moonstone Pendant. Wow, what a run. What a great day. Damn, that was cool. That was a really, really good one. All right. That was pretty awesome. Okay, I think I call it a day here in the secret garden. Just to be on the safe side, I'll make sure I'm technically inside the room itself. And we're going to call it a day. There's nothing else to do. No exits into this square, no exits into these. Yeah, we're blocked off from getting into the antechamber with the broken... Well, I don't need the broken lever. But if we had the key, we could go open... We got the fountain lowered, so we saw that. But like, there's so many things you need to put together to advance. Anyway, we recorded a bunch of chess stuff, and I don't know. We got a hint about one of the letters in rank 9, but I didn't quite understand it. And still, really, really solid day 23. Very happy with how things played out. I think we spent over 100 gold, maybe over 150. I'm not sure. But thank you guys so much for being here and enjoying this stream with me today. I'd like to throw shout outs to folks who were in the chat, including Gorilla Wolf, Alan Wang, Pila Chu, Urania was here, D2 Ta showed up, and I think that's it for folks in the chat today. If you're watching the VOD in the future, hope you enjoyed as well. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back tomorrow with more Blueprints. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.